Hey guys, this is Jason and Richard from Outplayed, and this is the match that decides who places 3rd and 4th in the 3v3 tournament here at Midgard. So we have on the left-hand side here, we have NickWilliamsSucks with Viral Blackout playing Wukong, El Nero playing
Ari.
Ari, and Diabetic playing Trenimir.
And on the right side, the purple team, we have Talaris playing Morgana, Nox Ponzu playing Pantheon, and Godkiller first on Alistair.
And it looks like we have some action down here on the bottom, some level 1 poking.
Yeah, it's standard 3v3 play.
You can't build gold.
Seen this pretty much every single round that we've had, basically. And then when you get into these higher tiers of this tournament, you're going to see more and more aggressive play. And then the item builds are pretty standard here.
Well, it's pretty interesting because the blue team only took Doran's items, so they'll have no sustain in lane. But as we've seen multiple times throughout this tournament, that the amount of potions that someone has doesn't really matter because First Blood just goes within the first couple seconds.
It's usually how it goes, yeah. And we got a pretty balanced lineup across.
Overly. I'd say the purple team would normally have an advantage, but that's normally, and this is no normal game, so
Minions have spawned.
We'll see how it turns out.
Yeah, who do you think is going to be going mid on the purple? Morgana or a Pant?
Well, top lane's usually covered by a bruiser of some sort. Morgana could go up there, but well, it looks like Pantheon is anyway.
He's already headed up there now, hasn't he?
Yeah,
So
it looks like it's going to be Trenimir versus Pantheon.
Which is not a great lineup for that Pantheon, to tell you the truth, because Trenimir does reduce attack damage.
And he has the sustain in lane as well, so we'll see how that turns out, I'm sure.
Pantheon does have the block, but we'll see. Pantheon will have to be pretty aggressive to be able to do anything to Trenimir.
Yeah, well, Pantheon should really be pressing his early game advantage on Trenimir. As decent as Trenimir can be with his random criticals, Pantheon's a much better early game player than Trenimir is.
Morgana's after taking quite a bit of damage there from Ari. She just lands that Q, and the true damage on the way back is just fantastic.
Normally what you'd be doing on Morgana is staying back and just trying to go for the creep score at the start. We got an early ignite on Morgana, but it looks like she's going to get away.
Ari throws out that charm and all hope for. Now Wukong's probably going to jump this.
I normally would. Oh wow, that was a pretty nicely timed flash.
Oh, now he's going to pay for it.
At his first blood.
That's a turnaround first blood right there. Morgana survived with 9 HP and spell shield.
Yep. I don't know why. Honestly, it was weird for. You always see that in Morgana spell shielding physical attacks. It's always fun to watch.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a bad dive where she had so little HP, but I think Ari probably should have been there as well.
Yeah, and as you can see on the first back, Morgana picked up a Doran's ring, standard build for an early kill or assist.
And she's really really gutsy there with the 3 pots. 3 pots boots and doesn't pop a pot at 9 HP. Even though Wukong already burned the ignite.
See, it's strange this Pantheon's not trying to be a bit more aggressive. I mean, Trenimir is going to be stronger than him because he has that Doran's blade, but he's not going to, besides from his heal every like 10 seconds or so, he's not really going to be able to out-heal, auto-attack, poke, even so.
The Pantheon's taking some minion damage here now.
Yeah, he's staying a bit too passive.
Pantheon's going to be back there now, so we'll see what he picks up. She went boots first, and boots 3 pots, but he's after burning all these pots. And Alistair just picked up wards there. And he also upgraded in a ninja tabby. We got 1 ward down bottom in the bush for the purple team, so TKG.
Interesting seeing Pantheon go Vampiric Scepter versus Trenimir. He's not really doing all that much damage to be really going Vampiric Scepter, and especially if he doesn't pick up any potions, because Trenimir has already been out harassing him. And we'll see how that goes.
Down bottom, we got Ari taking quite a bit of damage there. It looks like she's not gonna get out of this one.
Yeah,
No,
the ignite pop there, and Morgana picks up the kill easily. Just comes down to people extending too much and not realizing what the limitations of the lane are.
Morgana had a little bit more mana. They might even have got a double kill there.
Quite.
Let's look at the stats difference between this Tryndamere and this Pantheon. Tryndamere is currently at 117 attack with 43 armor. And, you know, he even buffed himself, not in everything, but 117 base.
Oh, Wukong had a nice clone dodge there at the bottom.
Oh yeah, in the bush, right?
Yes. Oh, looks like it could be a kill on Tryndamere up top. Oh, yes.
No.
Oh, no, he's got his ultimate, really?
Yeah.
And Pantheon is going to leave him completely alone and let him kill him. Excellent.
That was not a good play by Pantheon. I gotta call that one out, because that was, even if Pantheon had to stay there,
even if he had just duped it out and killed him.
Yeah.
I mean, his passive from his E just makes him critical when they're below 15% health, so I mean, it would have been a guaranteed kill no matter what. I mean, Pantheon has Exhaust and Ignite, and he didn't even bother
popping either.
Well,
did he pop Ignite? He did pop Ignite.
I think I see him pass Exhaust. I think that's the LoL replay bug, because sometimes it doesn't show cooldowns.
Ah, okay. Well, all in all, still, I mean, if he had to duke it out, that would have been a reverse kill right there. And that would have probably given him enough of a push to be able to finish some kind of an item to give him some more sustained than a Vampiric Scepter.
Yeah, the Vampiric Scepter is not going to do him any favors now, especially now that Pantheon beat back and got a Madrids.
You mean Tryndamere?
Tryndamere, yes.
Some pretty good poking down bottom, but a lot of backing off, a lot of disengaging.
Yeah, and as you can see up top, Pantheon's just immediately just running away from Tryndamere as soon as he makes any kind of play towards him.
Yeah, I mean, his block is definitely doing him faithful there, but it's still looks like there's going to be a gank or an attempt gank from one team.
Looks like the entire team is just deciding to go top lane at this point.
Oh, this is bad. Oh, Morgana. Okay, Morgana clutch flashes out. What's going to happen here?
Looks like that focus is changing to Alistar, and yeah, he's going to take quite a bit of damage. Oh, that's a nice flash there. They get over the wall though.
Morgana just needs to not stick around at this point.
Interesting seeing Wukong still have his flash and his ignite, I believe, by the looks of it.
Yeah.
And Pantheon's just going
might dive this. No, he's not that committed.
Yep.
Not willing to take that tower damage.
Almost
that would have been
falls to the
debatable.
tower, though.
Yeah, that was pretty close for him. I like seeing this, even though like Wukong is at around half HP, he still stays around to see if he can pick up Morgana after watching her escape with barely a third.
Yep. So you always get those players that just decide to walk back regardless of how low their HP is.
Let's take a second look at the CS here too. Tryndamere in top lane with 27 CS and Pantheon with 14. Pantheon obviously trying to harass a little bit more than he probably should be. Obviously neglecting his minions.
Yes. Well, as you can see, even the CS in the bottom lane, Wukong heavily out CSing Alistar, and Ahri's pretty much on par. Well, Morgana slightly out farming Ahri. So it looks like Wukong is getting more of the CS, obviously, for the blue team, whilst Morgana's taking the CS for the purple team. And Tryndamere looks like he's trying to bait a gank down here, although not very much of a surprise. Still kind of just waiting there. Didn't really work out too well.
Morgana misses her bonding right there. Three of them standing right together.
Yeah, they just look like they're going for an early push now. Get on the tower, or maybe they just want to back or take red buff, perhaps.
Yeah, and even at this point, leaving Pantheon in lane alone just with a Vampiric Scepter is really not even all that difficult. Because, I mean, pushing that wave back for Tryndamere will be easy.
Yeah, if he gets there in time, he can probably pick it up before the tower hits it as well.
Yeah, with the Madrids, right? He can pretty much tank this, heal it back up with his heal, and he's pretty self-sustained right here for free CS.
Yeah, for sure.
Pantheon's not even harassing at that point, so...
Pantheon should have took the time to really focus on his CS while Tryndamere was out of the lane because he's so far behind already, but...
Yeah, I mean, he did get a few there, which brought him a little bit back up, but like right now, it's basically double CS there for Tryndamere.
And Tryndamere has the kill, and he just picked up the Wriggle's Lantern as well, so...
Yeah, and I mean, the gold advantage is slightly favoring on the purple team there.
That was mostly due to First Blood as well.
Yeah, it's first blood, and they also have the second kill.
Yes, it's true.
But, you know, like you said before, Pantheon late game versus Tryndamere late game, especially a farm Tryndamere.
Farm Tryndamere can be a very scary thing.
Yeah, definitely. That ward ran out on bottom a little while ago as well. I forgot to mention that in the bush. Right now there are 0 wards up, I believe, for both teams. Which isn't a necessarily bad thing, 10 minutes in, you know, but you think they'd have a little bit more map awareness in that way.
Well, it seems like a
Gank
gank on
on
Tryndamere
Tryndamere.
up top here. Not quite sure if he's going to get away.
she pops
I think they're just going to dive. Pantheon's not really too committed here throughout all these fights. It just seems like he's kind of daddling around.
Tryndamere's ulti goes off.
Pantheon almost falling to the tower again.
Yeah, he got away with, what, a mere 50 HP. I'm kind of surprised to see them disengage on Tryndamere like that with an ulti already popped and them at so high HP. They could have easily dived that and got out.
It really just gave the opposing team time to catch up with their allies. And
It looks like Alistar took some good damage there. Same thing for the other team, though. That chase, that would have been an easy chase.
yeah,
They had way enough HP. Aerie was a little bit low, yeah, and her mana pool was a little bit down, but she still could have had a bit of escape there. Especially with Wukong so close by.
it's very strange to see both teams just disengage at random periods of time. It's almost like they're too afraid to give up any kills and they just want to drag out the game as long as possible. I mean, blue team could honestly just sit back and their team will easily outshine the other team near the end of the game.
That is true, just with their hero, with their champion picks. And you should realize they're now, we had a couple of Bs there. Tryndamere picked up the dagger as well as built into the Wriggle's Lantern for that ward, which I believe he just placed down at Dragon there. And Morgana picked up a chain vest, not a bad choice, and also picked up Sorcerer's Shoes there. And I believe a mana pot. And Alistar picked up 2 mana pots, 2 HP pots built into Philosopher's Stone from that regen, the H regen he had before. And he also picked up 3 wards. Another ward was just placed at Dragon as well. They're both opposite of the Dragon Pit there now with the wards.
Yeah, and as you see, Wukong looks to be building into Phage with the Ruby Crystal and the Longsword. So we'll probably be seeing that very soon.
This is definitely a good choice. Having that extra bit of slow on any AD was just, it's...
Especially the damage output and the tankiness. I mean, Wukong's passive just makes him tankier in general, the more people that are around. So Wukong can pretty much build free defense by building HP and being around enemies at all times.
Yeah, that is true. Now you should probably notice at this point too that the gold advantage just also favored for the blue team. And although kills haven't changed, it's just the fact of the CS really.
Yeah, the farm is really starting to... Farm's starting to show up a bit more now on the scoreboard.
Alistar way out of line right there. Luckily he had that whole browse ready.
Indeed.
Yeah, here's Pantheon having his problem right here now. This is where Pantheon's gonna have a lot of trouble because Tryndamere's after building into the Wriggles and now his boots, dagger, and still has the Doran's there, and then Pantheon's still sitting on. He got Merc Treads, yes, for the little bit of tenacity, but he's still only sitting on.
All in all, I mean, the tenacity isn't going to help him very much. Ahri does magical and true damage, and her taunt, while yes, it is CC, I mean, it's only going to reduce it by so much. And I mean, Pantheon and Wukong are going to be doing most of the damage, seeing how they have most of the farm in this game as well. So building Ninja Tabby probably would have been a much smarter choice.
It's true. We got a team fight breaking out there.
Ahri using her ultimate,
hard.
yes. Pretty much just flying around the enemy team. They can't really do a whole lot around this point. If only Tryndamere had to hold down to his E, he might have been able to chase Morgana through the wall.
That was a close charm.
Could have been an easy triple kill for the other team.
Yeah, that was an easy wipe. That definitely would have been an easy ace. Pantheon finally buying another item besides those Merc Treads and Vampire Accept. We pick up a cloth armor there.
Probably
it's not bad.
It's a step in the right direction, but it might be a bit too late.
Yeah, I think it's probably a little bit too far gone at this point. They really...
I think on him I would have probably just went for the Brutalizer to counteract the defense on Wriggle's Lantern, and probably would have just honestly stacked Doran's blades, seeing how he's behind.
Looking at a quick
Pantheon
dragon here.
going
Pantheon's
to be
dropping in.
Oh, and he actually stole Dragon.
Stole it. That was beautiful. Now he will pay for it with his life.
Now, if the other team was smart, they'd probably just escape with their lives, but it looks like Morgana's going to want to try to engage on this. Alistar pulverizing Wukong out of Morgana's ultimate, which would have killed him on the second tick. And yes, as you can see.
A lot of HP loss on both teams there, but Alistar with a really nice play.
Yes.
Saving lives.
Ultimately, it was Dragon for the purple team, and they were slightly behind, so it catches them up with the buff and, of course, the 300 gold for their entire team.
Yeah, that was actually a really nice play by Pantheon. Even trading his life for that, I mean, trading 1 kill for gold for your whole team cannot, like, any day.
Well, he's died. He died twice before that, so I mean, he wasn't even worth the full amount of gold.
He was worth a little bit less there, yeah. And it was Trinamir who picked up that kill, I believe.
I believe it was Ahri, actually.
Ahri? Yeah, Ahri.
Ahri or Wukong, I'm not quite sure.
Ahri has built in at this point too, I believe that's what she has. Hextech Revolver, for the ability power and the spell band. And it looks like Wukong picked up Null Magic Mantle. He also has his phage completed there now, and a longsword.
Another longsword.
For some extra damage. Morgana has picked up Sapphire Crystal and Ruby Crystal at this point, and Pantheon finally built an attack item for a longsword there.
Indeed, and I also see that Trinimir's building into a Phantom Dancer by the most likely. And again with that Morgana items, I'd say she's likely building into Rod of Ages or Banshee's Veil. Although it's kind of late to be wanting to build into Rod of Ages at this point, but we'll see.
Yeah, Trinamir just built into his Tier 2 boots there now. His Berserker Greaves.
Well, at this point, he might as well get Berserker Greaves.
Trinimir's duking it out with Pantheon there now. Pantheon looks like he's going to go down.
And there goes Pantheon.
But it's not enough. Trinamir picks up the kill.
The red buff. Oh, and red buff runs out just as soon as he kills him with it.
Oh.
True damage proc. The true damage procs from red buff. Clearly OP.
And it looks like they're pushing up on the tower down there on bottom, but at the sake of pretty much letting blue team just rape in the jungle up top there.
Yep.
It looks like Trinimir's critting for around close to 400 there now, 350. So that's a good chunk, especially when you look at Pantheon.
Looks like Wukong and Ahri going down for an attack on Morgana and Alistar, but Morgana making a good counterattack with her ultimate and making Ahri blow all 3 charges on hers.
Trinimir's coming down to engage there now. They might be in some trouble.
Trinimir in for 2v1 man mode. Not quite sure if he could take out both of them at once. It'd be definitely interesting to see.
Definitely not 3 of them here now.
Now you can see the other team grouping up, as both teams are really grouping up in the bottom lane. Morgana just throwing out all of her spells.
She missed the bind. Minions are clearly OP in the way. Pantheon still with the same items. Alistar just picked up the Null Magic Mantle, I believe, and more wards as well. And a Kindle Gem. Pantheon's using his ulti. Drop onto Trinamir. Trinamir takes a little bit of damage from the tower, but basically neglects it with his heal.
The main reason Pantheon wanted to get up top there is so Trinamir couldn't take the turret.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see now if Alistar and Pantheon can take him out. Well, we got Wukong coming out the back, and I believe his ultimate is ready, so if he pops his ultimate, he can potentially be looking at a double kill with Trinamir.
Oh, there it goes. Pantheon goes down.
Alistar probably could at least pop Trinimir's ultimate here if he attacks a little bit. Oh, and you'll see Morgana just dominate the Trinamir, and while his ultimate was still up. Forget to press R.
Yeah, definitely a mistake right there. Now, something that was played just then that it was probably not the smartest idea too was, I believe we had Wukong pop Ignite on to Pantheon for, I don't know exactly what reason, to perhaps secure the kill, but probably would have been a better idea to pop that onto Alistar, and in the chase they could have killed him most likely, because with the neglect on his heal there.
Yeah, for sure. And Alistar's ultimate only reducing damage and not true damage, it would have been at least another damage source towards Alistar with his low health.
This looks like
interesting to see if
oh, that was a quick escape for Ahri there. She gets away with
Wukong now in the fight with Morgana.
36 HP.
So Wukong forced to disengage off Morgana when Alistar arrives.
Yeah, it's definitely a good choice. I mean, it's hard for Wukong to even get close with Ali around just because of the headbutt.
Yeah, Alistar is quite the big bully. And you'll just see Tryndamere pretty much focusing this Pantheon any time that he comes into lane. You can just chase him out of the lane immediately, just really pressing his advantage of his items.
Morgana also just built into the catalyst there for the extra health and mana. No, it's not bad. Just even for the when you level up, getting some health and mana back as well over that 8-second period is always nice.
You'll just see Pantheon just deciding that this is his dragon now.
Wrong place in the wrong time.
Yeah, really not thinking.
First attempt was better at taking. Morgana also just picked up a blasting wand.
Yeah, so she's clearly going for the Rod of Ages now. It's strange seeing it built so late in the game, especially tree line games where they can end so quickly. But
I believe Wukong just picked up another dagger as well. He's also, I'm not sure if we mentioned he built into Merc Trides. Just getting sick of the CC from Alistar and Morgana.
Yeah, for sure. Like, Merc Trides would have even been a smarter choice for Tryndamere as well. It would have been slowing him down. Sure, the Berserker Greaves can give him a couple extra attacks, but...
that looks it for Morgana, yep. She goes down to just a double face wipe there by Wukong and Tryndamere.
Potentially, if she had lived for a bit longer and got the stun, she might have gotten the double kill, but sadly not. You'll just see Ahri trying to do damage to this Alistar, and this Alistar's tankiness is just really saying, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, basically there. Tryndamere is taking some damage.
Alright, so you get Tryndamere up top, fight Pantheon here. Not looking so good for Tryndamere up. Nope. Backing off.
Pantheon just doesn't commit well.
No, he doesn't seem to understand the advantage. I mean, Tryndamere doesn't even have his ult right now.
I mean, yeah, it's debatable. Tryndamere is doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, Pantheon can't really do much.
Looks like another kill.
Oh, what?
Oh no.
He actually had to back off there. He doesn't have his ultimate now, so showed up. Probably the one downside of Tryndamere is, like I said, he can't chase very well.
Well, I mean, he has a slow, and he has that, like, spin to win, but without his ult, there's really no point to dive a tower with another hero full HP.
Yeah, and I mean, like, well, Pantheon has a high base move speed as well. Like, Tryndamere does too, but Pantheon has a higher base move speed, so in a straight just run for it, I think
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Turret goes down bottom.
Yeah, that's the first, no, second turret now.
Yep.
For the blue team.
Ares bonded.
Yep.
Morgana's in trouble.
Morgana doing in this situation here. Pantheon jumping on the clone. Good stuff.
I've seen a lot of good plays with that clone this match.
For sure.
Ares looks like she's in some trouble here now.
Be interesting to see if they can after.
You gotta do what you gotta do to stay alive. And Pantheon looks for an area and finds a Tryndamere.
Just Tryndamere's everywhere in this game. We'll see the thing about Tryndamere's E, which is his defense skills. So in these games,
That was
yeah, that was
pretty face stomp right there.
yeah, purple team was just too much in the blue team's jungle there.
It's an overextension looking for a kill on a low area.
Yep.
Which wasn't even around.
Pantheon walking all the way back to the base.
Wukong just picked up a sapphire crystal.
Yeah, he's probably just building a Trinity Force at this point. I mean, it looks to be all he can do. Trinity Force is alright on Wukong. It's not. I feel like I might go for first off on him though.
There, just picked up some wards. Tryndamere's farming the jungle there now.
Well, like you can see on the map here, there's only a few wards. There's pretty much a blue team ward in the middle, and it's pink, and that's the only ward on the map. So
Wards probably could save purple team there now. Had a little bit more map control.
They need just to farm up and play down wards. It doesn't seem like they're doing that as much as they should. And like Wukong's like controlling their jungle even, so
Yeah.
I might pay for it at this point. I'm not sure how.
Look at that clone. It's always with the clone. Seen some really good plays out of him. As far as like duking it out.
Pantheon just
Yeah, just absolute destruction here. Alistar is gonna go down, I'd say.
Yeah, there's not much purple team can do here.
Pantheon goes down easy.
Alistar popping that Shirelius to get away with it.
No.
Double kill.
Forward.
Aced.
There's the ace. At this point, it really should be just a push to win. With the, if you look at like the CS advantage,
Well, even
100
the advantage, I mean, they're up 6k to the purple
Yeah.
team. So, I mean, that's
It-
like,
it's-
that's like 2 items.
it's pretty much a push to win here now.
It's like an item for each of their teammates. But Trinamere just got an Infinity Edge, so I mean, there's not much the purple team can do. They don't have, like, they have little to no armor compared to what they should have against that Trinamere.
Pretty much the only thing that made this game change to the point of the blue team is definitely going to win here now. Unless something like major happens, is Pantheon just got outlaned.
Yeah, Pantheon's
Pantheon-
not doing a whole lot now. He doesn't even know what he's building anymore. He doesn't have any AD, he doesn't have any survivability, he's just...
It's probably just because he has 46 CS. I mean, he got outlaned by Trinamere Hardcore. Trinamere got a lot of CS and then roamed, which made Morgana get less CS and Wukong get more CS. And then it just spun out of control from there. Once
all
the
you
two
need-
kills went,
Really all you need on a losing Pantheon is like double
Morgana's going down here.
She is definitely.
Trinamere's taking this. Morgana goes down. Somebody ignited Pantheon.
But all
But
you really need to be
Trinamere
on
have no part of it.
All you really need to be effective with Pantheon is a couple Doran's Blade and a couple Longswords. He just scales so well with AD in the early game that it doesn't really matter, and all you should be focused on is damage. But you just seen him go Regulus, obviously, because he was losing. And that's usually look at how much damage.
Pantheon's coming down here. Pantheon's dead again. Alistar will get away. No, not even that. Alistar, he didn't pop his ult.
Yeah, I think he realized at that point that there wasn't a whole lot of point to do that.
I probably would have, just because Fountain's right there.
Yeah, it's true.
Tower goes on to
Red team's
Wukong.
turret has been destroyed.
I don't understand why people back off when there's still a 6-second downtime. You could have
Yeah.
easily took an inhibitor there.
Or at least damaged it somewhat. I mean, especially if Trinamere stayed there. I
Yeah.
know he popped his ult, but I mean, he still wasn't being aggroed by the turret.
Deathcap goes off on Airy, as well as Cloak of Agility on Trinamere.
I find what a lot of people tend to do is try not to push inhibitors too early, though, because the other team can turtle on them and freeze. But that's pretty much all I've seen. We've just seen a lot of cautious plays this tournament.
Like, I know what you mean. There's been a lot of teams that take one tower up top, and instead of getting inhibited, they run on bottom, take bot tower before they even take one inhibitor.
Yeah.
Just so they can have a constant push from two ways. Cuts their team, literally. Because there's no real even way to defend then. You just have to put one of your most tanky players on one end, and two of your other players on the other end. Which puts you at a disadvantage if 3 people come through one door.
Very true.
They're trying to get some CS here. Wukong just picked up the Giants belt. He also finishes off his Trinity Force.
Trimare's going for Alistar here.
Trinamere. Pantheon gets out, comes back in. Morgana's.
Pantheon, the results didn't come exactly back to where it began. Can't believe they didn't get that Morgana. Pretty
Yeah,
good.
that was-
I think Wukong's just gonna throw on the back though.
Ari's gonna go down here.
Yeah.
Wukong might get a
Wukong
triple
get the
kill.
triple.
He has his ult. Yeah,
He's
going.
Oh my god.
he just got
Yeah.
baited.
Oh man.
Didn't matter though. Did not
He's just
matter.
determined to kill
Team
everybody.
double kill.
That was pretty good.
That was some good Wukong play. He did get juked out a little bit there on his ulti, but made up for it with the ignite.
Yeah, well Wukong has low cooldowns on his E, his gap closer, so it's not a huge deal when as long as they stay in the general area you can usually catch up. And like he had a flash and ignite as well, so he was prepared for that.
Now let's start picking up some potions there, as well as 2 HP, 2 MP pots. I think Pantheon just picked up a Ruby Crystal.
Yeah, it looks like he's just gonna build Warmogs at this point and try to be just a tanky guy.
Trinamere
Honestly,
is-
the purple team just doesn't have the damage that they need to take out the blue team.
But look at Trinamere's build. He has an Infinity Edge.
Yeah, and he looks like he's almost as a Phantom Dancer as well. He's like 400
Yeah.
level away from it.
Yeah. As well as the Berserker Greaves. He still has a Wriggles Lantern for a little bit of better farm. As well as that free ward.
Surprised Trinamere just hasn't bought has 400 gold. There you go.
This is pretty much over here now. Trinimir's... He only has 4 kills, but he's farm 143.
If Trinimir had a quick silver sash right now, he'd pretty much be... He'd be done, like, indomitable.
Wukong technically is the best player here as of right now. He has more kills. Almost as much CS.
Almost as much assists. Right?
Yeah, and almost as much...
Wukong is definitely making the plays. That's because his ultimate's so strong. And we knock him. For like
Especially
5
versus
seconds.
this team. His Pantheon and Morgana pretty much have to commit. And if he uses his scapulars to get in behind everybody and then move inwards, he can really just mess these people up. As long as he doesn't get CC'd from Alistar.
Well, the thing is, I mean, Morgana has a lot of points, but I don't think it's going to start to take out all the 3 people on their team.
Yeah, Morgana pops out there on Harry.
And you can see she can take out like 1 person.
She's gonna pay for it.
And whoever she takes
kill it.
out is going to survive and kill her. I've seen it countless times now. Morgana goes in, she just doesn't actually win. Here we go.
Alistar doesn't have ult, just did. So Alistar didn't have ult, so he goes down. I wonder if they'll take the inhib.
Looks like they're pretty dedicated. I should probably just kill Pantheon whenever he decides to come in range. Take the inhib.
Red team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
Alistar just picked up the mana manipulator.
I don't know. Tank next to Strike.
Yeah.
And people, if they're smart enough, can kind of
Looks like they're going for Dragon.
maneuver that you have in your base to the fountain. So there's really only player that the turret has to worry about.
Yeah, at this point they're gonna Dragon there.
Yeah, drag for the final push, hopefully.
I'm not even sure what Ari just picked up. I think I'm not even gonna blast him on.
Yeah, it looks like Ari is towards the Volga right now. Wukong will likely be going for either a Frozen Mallet or a Warmogs.
Frozen Mallow would make him even better. Cut down on his chase.
It's true. At this point, the area is
just-
force proc, which is
just bought a
the same
BF sword.
stage. Okay, yeah, he's honestly just going for like every bits of everything. He knows
Just
that
about the Vamp as well. Vamp Receptor.
he's just got a bit of everything at this point. He knows that he's dominating, so he might as well.
I suspect this match will be over within the next 5 to 8 minutes, probably, just because of the CS difference here. Now with the inhib and the super minions spawn, there's not a lot they can do.
True.
They're pretty much just turtling here now anyway. Pushing the wave back as it comes. One organized pushing on bottom, because they're all top there now, from blue. Take that tower, kill anyone who shows up and take an inhib, and this is over. Unless
Looks
they
like
get
they're trying to
aced.
push bottom now to take that final turret and inhibitor.
Yeah, that's what they should do.
Or at least try to ace them at this point and do that.
The only way Purple's going to come back from this now is if they get an ace. There's over a 10k gold difference. They need to ace the blue team under their turret for the extra damage. It's the only way it's going to happen. I just don't see it happening. Not at this point. Wukong, he has too much escape to die here, I think.
Yeah,
And
they
too
don't-
much,
they
too
pretty
much
have-
damage
They
to be
pretty much
touched.
have to dive them onto their fountain.
See, this is bad. This is leaving their turret here now is a bad idea.
Yeah, but
Trinimir's backdoor in there now.
he's split pushing up top, yeah, so. Well, see, Wukong and Ari now should realize that Trinimir's top and they should take that bottom turret. And then that's how it should go. Because Trinimir can likely 2v1 at this point.
He's critting for like around 730 too. Yeah, see, this is what I was talking about before. They had to split it and leave one guy up top to deal with somebody, and 2 people down bottom.
Trinimir
And
already took turret aggro, so that doesn't pretty much stop that push.
yeah,
They just need everyone to get in their base.
Pantheon wasted ult there to get back to the tower. Do pretty much no damage to anybody.
Yeah. Well, we've been seeing that all game, so I'm not surprised. I'm not really sure why Alistar has a mana manipulator. I mean, it's not a terrible item, but I mean, no one's really that mana reliant on his team.
Yeah, he just picked up the ruby crystal there. Sold off something.
Yeah, he's looking to get another aura item.
Bought a whole bunch of wards. He has a regrowth, Pantheon regrowth printed just a few seconds ago. As well as Trinamere picks up the BF sword.
You can tell they're just going for the tower now.
Yeah, this is all or nothing here now.
Been destroyed.
Trinamere have maxes on this. Very good back Q.
Yeah.
Just gets a couple minions to press his Q.
Red team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
There goes the inhib. This is probably his final push here, I'd say.
Most likely, I mean, there's not much.
Look at the gold advantage there.
Yeah, that's what the problem team can do.
No. Snowball out of control at this point. The whole team's over 100 CS. Kranimir's almost at 200.
Yeah, I mean, like the blue team isn't even tanky. Like usually you'll see like a tanky-ish meta on the go, but not even in this game. They just like they all just extremely strong.
There it is. There's the initiation. Kranimir forced it back out though.
Yeah, he doesn't have his ultimate. He
Yeah.
wasted it earlier.
It's almost off cooldown though.
Yeah, it's relatively short cooldown on it.
I'm surprised to see them back.
I'm not, sadly.
Red team's inhibitor is respawning soon.
They're probably just gonna soup up for one last. Yeah, like Trinamere just bought Bloodthirster.
So did Wukong.
So, yeah. So they just want to end this now, and they want to take out the as fast as possible.
Ari just decided to farm instead. Oh, she's being there now. Pantheon just finished off his Warmongs. I'm not sure what Morgana's after buying. I mean, she just has common AP. I haven't really kept a look on her items. I know she picked up armor. I don't know when that was.
Morgana originally looked like she was building towards the Zonias, which would have been a really good item against their team. But she didn't end up finishing it after, and she ended up just building a bunch of random items instead. I mean, it's strange because she picked up a Chain Vest with Blasphemon and a Needlessly Large, and the recipe for Zonias is 800, so the Blasphemon cost as much as the recipe, she just didn't pick up the Zonias.
Would have been such a better item to pick up against Trinamere too, because then he can go all in. And then just pop Zonias when his ultimate goes off, and just wait. It'll give you so much more survivability versus him. Or even Wukong when Wukong pops ulti.
Even if she Zonias when he ultied, and then he decided to sneak him afterward and make a distance between them.
See that Morgana flash?
I didn't actually, I missed it.
She went straight over the wall when Trinamere came.
Trinamere just taking on Alistar. Doesn't care.
He can do it.
Alistar just making plays.
Ari missed the charm. Doesn't matter though. He's going down. Who's killed? Oh, look at the blaze. Trinamere wants it.
Trinamere just wants it. It's a good attempt to escape from Alistar.
No one's gonna stand against him now. This is over.
Pantheon got this. I feel it.
093 Pantheon. Merc Treads, Regal's Lantern, and the Warmongs.
Red team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
He's got this.
They can just take that.
They're going to. This is over now. Definitely over.
Yeah, that looks like a victory for NickWilliamsSucks.
Yep. So it looks like you're gonna see. Yep. So they've taken up bronze there now. We're gonna move on to the gold and silver, first and second place round.
Yep.
Yep.
Victory!